So a lot of you will wonder how to make those nice tables with those arrows here or smiley faces and so on. So some of you will think that it is conditional formatting, but actually it's not. It is custom formatting. And this is what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to teach you the power of custom formatting. And just to set the definition right, conditional formatting is using home, conditional formatting, and new rule, which is setting up some rules to be able to format a cell in a certain way. And you can put multiple rules. Custom formatting is basically going under home, clicking on this, and then going under number and selecting custom and doing a custom format here. So in this lesson, I'm going to explain to you custom formatting, demystify it, and we're going to do the first two tables. In the next lesson, we're going to do the next three tables. Basically, custom formatting is better than conditional formatting for three reasons. The first reason is the speed. So I tried both on 30,000 rows and I found out that custom formatting is 3 times faster. Number two, it is easy to set up. So if you look here for those arrows, the formulas are relatively simple, even the smiley faces and so on. And the third reason is you don't have to put multiple rules and think about rule precedents, etc. that you have in conditional formatting. Now to learn more details about conditional formatting, I'm going to put a link in the description with a lesson or a few lessons on conditional formatting. So let's start with a few examples to understand conditional formatting. So here I'm going to write some numbers. So I'm going to say 2592 minus 2592, 0, and text. Let's select those numbers or those cells, and under home we click on this arrow, we go to number. Now under number you have custom. Custom is a bit scary at the beginning because you have all these hashes, red, etc. And you might not understand what it means, but I'll explain to you in a simple way. So there are 4 arguments in this custom format. The first one is how to treat or format your positive numbers. The second one is how to format your negative numbers, then how to format your zeros, and then your text. So this is how it works. You could also use it with different arguments to format cells based on conditions. For example, if it's bigger than 5, format it this way, then another condition smaller than 2, format it this way, etc. And we're going to go over something like this for some of the examples that we have above. But let's look at the easy case, which is formatting positive, negative, zeros, and text. So first we look at the formats that we have. General is normal. If you look at this 0, it means that I'm going to have the number without any decimal points. If I want some decimal points, I have this format, which means 2 decimal points for my positive numbers, right? Now, if you want to have a comma, a separator, you can use this. So the hashes are just placeholders. It doesn't mean that you only have 2,000 or 5,000, etc. You can have 20,000, but it will put a separator here. If you want the same with decimal points, you can use this format, and so on. And you can create your own format. So I'm going to use one of them just to show you the normal decimal points, and then I'm going to use a semicolon. Semicolon is very important. If you forget this, it's not going to work. So you put OK, and as you can see, my positive number got formatted with a double 0, and then obviously 0 is positive, so it will also get formatted this way. And then here, it's a negative number, it has disappeared. Although if you click here, you can still see the numbers, okay? Because I didn't specify a format for this number. So now if we go back, we take another case where we want, instead of this, we want to write a text. So we're going to say plus, and then space, and we keep this format, or we can choose another one. For example, this time we're going to choose this, and we say here plus space and this format. Don't forget the semicolon, and we say OK. As you can see, my number has now plus in front of it. If I change it 456, it will come with a plus. And the other thing that is important is that behind this is cosmetics like makeup. Behind this, the number is still there. So for example, if you do this times 2, you will get a number because it's multiplying the number here, right? So you can do this for any of those. You can change any of those. Now if I go back, I select this, and then this is my positive case. My negative case, I can use colors. So to use colors, there are some colors that are already in Microsoft Excel, and this is sensitive by language. So if your Excel is not in English, you need to write it in your own language. So for example, I'm going to say red in brackets. The brackets are very important, and then I'm going to say minus 0.00, and then I have a semicolon. So if you see here, you can see that my text or my number is now in red with a minus, but not this one because this one is positive, right? So that's how you can add colors. And we're gonna again go into more details when we go through the examples. This is just the basic theory. For the zeros, I can do the same. So now, for example, because I didn't select anything after the semicolon, it assumes that the zeros are hidden, but the zero is still there, you see? So for 0, for example, I can do 0, and then I put the semicolon and I say, okay, as you can see, it will write 0. So for text, it is the same concept. So I'm going to write, for example, as a fourth argument, this is text, and then I close the double quotation and I say okay. And as you can see, whatever I write here, it will write this is text, although there is again something else behind it. So this is how custom formatting works. Now let's start on a new sheet and let's try to do those two examples. So we go in a new sheet and we don't have anything here and we need to fill it. So here what I want is arrows up or down based on the sales and the target. If sales are bigger than target, then I want an arrow up, otherwise I want an arrow down. So first of all, I'm going to write a simple formula. I'm going to do sales minus target. So if this is positive, it means sales is bigger than target. Otherwise, it means sales is smaller than target. Now I drag this formula. Next, I need those two arrows that you see here. To insert those arrows, you have to go to Insert, Symbols, then you go to Symbols. If you choose Arial here and Geometric Shape, you can see those are here. So if you click, for example, it will come. Now I don't need it because I already have it. So I'm going to remove it. And what I like to do, I like to copy paste them. So Control C, and I put them in a notepad because I'm going to use them afterwards. Now we're going to do the custom formatting. So we select our cells, we go to Home, we click on this arrow, we go to Number, Custom, and we're going to start. So here I have positive and negative numbers only. So what would I do? If it's a positive number, I want it in green. So I'm going to write green in brackets, and then I'm going to say I want my arrow, right? So I do double quotation. Instead of putting a text, I go to my notepad, I select this arrow, I do Control C, I come back here, Control V, I do double quotation, semicolon. Now for the other case, we want red in brackets, then open the double quotation, then we click here, we get the other arrow, we paste it, we do this double quotation, semicolon, and then we say okay. And as you can see, I have some arrows. Now I can fix it like this to make it look nicer. The problem I have with this is I don't like this green and this red colors. I think they are a bit bright. So you can replace them. What you do, you go to Google and you can go here. So I'm gonna keep a link to this in the description, but you do Excel color code. If you do this, you'll get a lot of sites. So if you open this one, for example, you'll see that there are some colors. So for example, I like this color 10, which is another green, and this color 9, which is another red. So I'm going to choose them and use them in my Excel sheet. So we can select this, we go here, we go to number. So instead of green, we write color 10. Instead of red, we write color 9. If we do this, we get our output. So this is the first one. The second one is kind of the similar example, but it's with percentages. So I want to know my percentages. I'm going to do equal sales minus target over target. I have this, I convert it into a percentage. This one hugely overachieved, for example. And then I can do the same thing here because I need it 2 times. So same formula, sales minus target over target, and then we convert it into a percentage and we drag it down. So if you see in my other sheet, I color those in the 2 colors. So we're gonna do this first. We select them, we click here, we do custom, and then instead of this, we will do color 10. Again, this is language sensitive, so if you have your Excel in another language, you need to be careful. You need to change it to your language. So you need to write color in your own language and see what is the equivalent for Excel. Now we do this, color 10, color 9, and as you can see, I have it like this. Now if I want to have it in percentage, what do? I go back, I click here. So instead of general, as you see here, I remove the general that Excel automatically puts, and I put 0%. What does it mean? It means I want a number in percentage without any decimal. And here we can do minus 0%. We say OK, and as you can see, you get this. Now let's use the arrows here. So we select this, we click number, custom, and then we say, I want color 10, then I want the arrow, so we open the double bracket, we take this arrow, copy, paste, then semicolon, I want color 9, then I close my square bracket, open double quotations, I copy paste this arrow, then I do double quotation, semicolon, and I say OK. And as you can see, I get my arrows. So that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to do those 3 tables. And as you can see, they have some nice different formats.